I was a happy little kid, trying to look for jobs,
Ronald Tremp was just 14 years old
raking leaves and mowing grass and stuff like that.
when his trust was shattered.
Things changed.
It started when a neighbor approached him with a simple request to rake leaves. Eager to earn money, Ron agreed.
He'd come over and we'd chit-chat and stuff, and then he would get personal with me.
Ron says he was molested by his neighbor, Harold Jerry Mash.
My life was never the same. My self-esteem was low. My confidence was low. So it was just difficult.
Decades later, Ron learned he wasn't alone. Turns out Harold Jerry Mash was already convicted of abusing another boy. To make matters even worse, Mash was a teacher and managed to keep his Ohio license even after that conviction.
He still had it. He still had it.
Fast forward 40 years, someone like Mash would lose their license. Criminal convictions now trigger an alert to the Department of Education. Also, schools must report when a teacher is accused of serious misconduct. The result? We found Ohio permanently revoked the licenses of 217 aides, coaches, and teachers in just the last 2 years.
Hey,
But we also found their efforts
did you tell them? The state
don't
permanently
always
denied you an
work.
education? Should you be working with teen girls?
I should be working with teenagers, ma'am.
Meet Varric Fuller.
How are you hired?
Ma'am, I'm not at liberty to talk to you right now.
Ohio permanently revoked his license after he admitted, among other things, he sent vulgar texts to a teenage girl. Texts that left nothing to the imagination.
Did you ask a teenage girl and offer to have sex with her? Because this says you did. This says you offered to have sex with a teen
I
girl.
did not, ma'am. I did not.
So where did we find Fuller? Still working with teenage girls as a student success coach at Invictus High School, a Cleveland charter school.
Did they know that you lost your license?
They didn't inquire about it, but I did let them know. I did put
You
it on
told
my.
them?
I've told them about my situation. Yes, ma'am.
That's not what administrators told us. They wouldn't talk on camera, but fired Fuller a few hours after this interview. Fuller isn't the only questionable hire we uncovered. Jeff Polton turned up in Tennessee, where he was accused of sending suggestive Snapchats to a student, just a year after Ohio permanently revoked his license for having a sexual relationship with a student here. And then there's Daniel Burris, accused of molesting boys he was tutoring. He's now facing felony charges in Franklin County, a job he got even though his license was suspended for, you guessed it, inappropriate texts. So how is this happening? One explanation, the Department of Education's actions are administrative. Its decisions don't show up on background checks.
It's not surprising to me that a basic criminal background check does not capture administrative actions.
Jonathan Whitmer-Rich is a law professor at CSU.
The background check system is what it is. It goes into criminal records, not other things.
The information is online, but misdeeds often remain a mystery. Look, in these 25 cases, every juicy detail redacted.
If they would have done their job like they were supposed to, a lot of these kids, including myself, would not be in this situation right now.
Decades after being abused,
We were watching, all the news on Jerry Sandusky.
Ronald and his wife Julie wondered, what happened to Jerry Mash?
I decided to do some Google searches, and I couldn't believe it. It took me,
Julie jumped online.
I don't know, a couple hours.
Her search revealed something Ron found revolting.
My heart just sunk.
Mash was still teaching, and had been for years, inside Chicago's public schools.
All we could think about was those kids.
The couple gathered long-forgotten court records, tracked down other victims,
We had to get him.
then organized a press conference. Mash was quickly removed from working with students. Something Ron says Ohio should have made happen
They just pretty much passed the trash.
all those years ago.